Monday's range. So the weekly candle uses this Monday range, and it is the quintessential principle for any weekly profile. And the importance of the range will be defined between the Monday, Sunday open until the Friday close. So we'll look at a few examples. You can also tell how already saw from where the lines are kind of forecasting that your Monday range stays valid. So if this is the thing that I would ever share or pass on, it's going to be just focusing on the relevance of Monday's range. So Monday's range is the high and low formed on basically the daily candle of Monday, but you can also factor in the midnight price action. We'll talk about that some time. So the high and low for the daily candle of Monday will set the stage for the rest of the week's price action. This example, we have a Monday low, price runs up, it hits the 0.5 standard deviation off of Monday's daily candle, retraces wicks all the way down past the 50% of Monday's range, and then as you can tell, rejects, starts to close above Monday's range, retests Monday's high on Thursday, attempts to get to this 1 standard deviation, then closes the week at the half standard deviation, which is exactly where price rejected on the bodies and started the bearish run. The bearish run was not maintained for the week. The Monday range plays out every single week because it helps identify the range of the weekly expansion. So in truncated weeks, so weeks where price doesn't get to any standard deviation, it's an indication that you're possibly using some other factor or you're simply in a small range. Monday's range sets off the candle of Monday, price rejected off the low, had some choppiness. Then on Wednesday, pumped higher, market structure shift. After that market structure shift, see that price responded back on low, pumped higher, couldn't clear Monday's high, rejected off of Monday's mid, and then had a tight consolidation on the back half of the week. News event Tuesday, news event Wednesday. Monday's range is basically setting the price parameters for the rest of the week, because the narrative around a weekly profile is that you're using some anchor point, which would be the price high, mid, and low Monday. So on Monday's range, we want to also factor whatever news events are happening that week, so that as we work our way through the price action of the week, we're using this narrative of Monday's range. Monday's range sets the anchor points for when price will react. We had a big news event on Wednesday, late in the day, so FOMC. You can see that price at the end of day, after rejecting off of Monday's high, sweeping Monday's low, closed at the 0.5 standard deviation. We pumped higher, swept above, retested the standard deviation, and the trade parameters are now set for this week. This week made the high on Thursday and closed through the standard deviation, responded to Monday's high before making significant movements lower. So the idea here, you're using weekly profiles, and we're seeing as price goes all the way through Monday's low, that we then reject on Monday's low or revisit Monday's low, retest Monday's low to continue bearish. We're now in uncharted waters. There is some great information on the H4, but just using the parameters of price, so all of these levels going down, you can see how price reacts and responds to these standard deviations. So where they align with other price action information is a great place to be. So rejecting on Monday's low, bouncing off of one standard deviation, clearing below, there's a retest here on a lower time frame, breaking through, completely through the 0.5 standard deviation, retesting 2 standard deviation. Now we're getting into really uncharted waters, going into the 3 to 4 standard deviation. As you see, as price sweeps through it, hits it, retests inside of the fair value gap, not quite as high as the 0.5, runs all the way down, and then just settles in right in that 3.5 to 4 standard deviation level. So where this overlaps, you will find magic. Incorporate Monday's range into whatever price action model you have, and from a weekly profile standpoint, see a whole new world of price action open up. All right, we'll do it again.